Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, because the world needs to know. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, because the world needs to know. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, because the world needs to know. Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, because the world needs to know.
Welcome to Say So, where we talk about it, whatever it is, because what you do not know can hurt you or someone that you know and love. So let's get to the root. For today's episode, we are going to continue in the same vein of the Beauty-4-Ashes series. I am not this skin. I'm in a season where I'm working on my skin, and I've always actually had to work on it on some level. And it caused me to think about all of the chemicals that we put onto and into our skin. And our skin is porous. So even if you look at your skin, it has little small pores and little small openings, right? So things are being absorbed in our skin all day, every day. Environmental factors, if you go into certain places where there may be pollution that you can see, and especially the pollution that you cannot see. Think about the chemicals that are in toothpaste. Think about the chemicals that are in mouthwash. Think about the chemicals that is in the body lotion that you use. Think about chemicals that's in the hand lotion that you use. Think about the chemicals that's in the stuff if you clean your face, whether you utilize a soap or whether you utilize a cream or a tonic or some sort of like blemish control or what have you, some sort of oil treatment, or something that reduces the oil that your face or skin may make. Think about putting on deodorant. Like, there are lots of things that we put on our body that absorb into our body. So I'm in a season now where not only am I working on my hair and I am working on my skin, but I am most interested in natural solutions. Like they said, that turmeric soap. Turmeric is natural. It's not like somebody poured a lot of chemicals together and there's some sort of chemical compound and then they came up with some sort of liquid or some sort of treatment or whatever, what have you. So that's just the season that I'm in. I plan to continue and to stay in that season or what have you, but it's really working. So I'm excited about the future effects of it. Now, another thing that my esthetician and I discussed or talked about is the kicker when you have, you know, acne prone skin or skin that has breakouts or that has bumps or that has imperfections, knots, things of that nature. The kicker is to stop that first and foremost, because like me, it's a cycle. So for example, if my skin stays clear, like right now, I don't believe I have any bumps on my skin. Or very little, nothing really noticeable, no whitehead, blackhead, anything like that. Now, if my skin were to stay like this, then all I would need to worry about or focus and concentrate on is treating the blemishes for discoloration from where I had previous bumps and they were burst and I, like I said, peeled the scab or what have you, and then it leaves behind these blemishes, right? Yet, the main thing is to get the breakouts under control, because it's like a cycle. Once there's a bump, I bust it. Once I bust it, it gets a scab. Once it gets a scab, I peel it, however many times needed or necessary. And the end result is a blemish or imperfection, right? So if I didn't have the bumps, then the whole process wouldn't even start or the cycle would not continue, right? So that's what we're focusing on right now. And that's the main thing, because of course, who wants to look at their face and see a whole bunch of blemishes? So for me, the individual, my goal is, hey, let's go ahead and get rid of these dark spots. But what's the point if you're going to get another bump and then you're going to bust the bump and then you're going to peel the bump and then you're going to get more blemishes, which I have over time. Like, a lot of these blemishes actually dissipate over time. Just wear and tear, your skin, you know, if you're exfoliating or whatever, your new skin comes to surface, the older skin is kind of peeled away or whatever, what have you. But it's just important to understand and know that, you know, we are not our skin. There are those of us who don't have perfect skin. Now, there are those who do have perfect and flawless skin. And for me, when someone is pushing or advertising a product, my main focus or what impacts me most positively is did you really need the product? Or are you just a model who already has glowing skin and there's nothing wrong with your skin, there's nothing wrong with your hair, but you want to be on a commercial shaking your hair as if the shampoo and the conditioner did that, but you've already got beautiful hair? You know, there are certain ethnic groups that really have beautiful hair, beautiful skin. They may not struggle with acne as much as others. When I think of beautiful hair, I think of Native Americans, how their hair is so dark and it's so long usually, and it's just so full and things of that nature, right? Even Asian Americans and things of that nature. So there are some ethnic groups that are just predisposed to having nice hair, nice skin, and things of that nature. I am going to continue exploring, and the first question is, what is the skin's function? Because I wanted to know, what is the purpose of it, right? All right, so why do we have or need skin, basically, in short, or layman's terms? The first order, skin is your first order of physical barrier against the environment, right? Your covering, your protection. It helps with temperature regulation, so you don't get too hot or too cold. Right? It's protection against UV light. It's protection against trauma, like breaking skin, or, you know, your skin layer or your outer layer, which is the epidermis, would need to be broken in order for anything or any foreign material to get in. So your skin is to protect against trauma from the outside, from pathogens, from microorganisms, and from toxins. And all of these things are outward that would seek to come inward and be absorbed in the pores of your skin, right? So I wanted to know, what is skin made of? And it's made of 3 to 4 things. Number one, is made of H2O. So when that lady told me that she drinks lots of water, you're replenishing your supply. You're not allowing your skin to get dry or to be dehydrated. So it's important that, because your skin is made up of water, you need to ensure that you're drinking and intaking a healthy, appropriate amount of water. The second thing the skin is made up of is protein, right? And we talked about that in the previous episode, how hair is just extra protein. Your fingernails, just extra protein. So your skin also has a component or element of protein in it. The third thing the skin is made up of is fats. And skin is also made up of minerals. All right. So it's important to know and to note that about your skin. Did you know this information? Because before I did this research, I didn't know what was the function of skin. Why do we need it? You know, what does it do for us? What's the benefit? What's the pros and the cons as it relates to skin? The second question is, how thick is skin? Now, the thickness depends on where it's located on the body. All right. So, for example, our eyelids are the thinnest layer of skin. They're not nearly as thick as the skin that's on your face, right? So they're only 0.5 millimeter in depth, right? The thickest layer of skin can be found on our palms and on the soles of our feet, which is 1.5 milliliters in thickness. Now, some descriptions of skin, and let me know if you've heard of any of these, or if any of these ring a bell, if you've described somebody's skin. Have you ever said this person has olive skin, caramel skin, brown skin, black skin, tan skin, pale skin, white skin, yellowish skin, gray skin, ivory skin, pink skin? Have you ever known someone to have oily skin? I have naturally oily skin, so I have a natural shine. And freckled skin, splotchy skin. And that just means that it might be oily here and really, really dry here. Like it's almost different spots in different areas of your skin that are different from one another. Smooth skin, flawless skin, rashy skin, wrinkled skin, dry skin, spotted skin. And that could be, like I said, blemishes. You know, these kind of look like spots and things of that nature. Hairy skin, rosy skin, scarred skin. And that makes me think of tattoos, because a tattoo is just a big, huge, humongous scar, right? Saggy skin, itchy skin, tingling skin, acne spotted skin, or also known as blemished skin, right? Or pocked skin. And that make me think of chicken pox or what have you. But there are so many different ways to describe skin, and how many of those would be a accurate description of your skin? Would you be brown skin and you have oily skin, and then you have oily but smooth skin? You know, what combination of those descriptions of your skin would you say you fall into, right? Now, who has beautiful skin? People or individuals who have skin that is smooth in texture. All right, it's bright, so it's not dull. And it's firm and plump. So it's not saggy. It's not wrinkly. It is, you know, just straight. And there are not like indentions or things like that in the skin that is considered to be beautiful, right? Now, the next fact is, ethically speaking, who has thicker skin? All right. There are two ethnic groups that have thick skin. One is Asian Americans or Asians, and the other one is Black or African Americans. We tend to have the thickest skin ethnically. Did you know that? And who has the best skin? Okay, quotations. It says here that to go along with the ethnically thick skin, that Asian Americans tend to have the thickest hair. They tend to have the strongest and most resistant to damage skin, right? As well as who has the most acneic or the most acne prone skin. And that would be African Americans. It would be Latinos, as well as Asian individuals with Asian backgrounds. And going a little further, they also said, as it pertains to the best skin, individuals from Japan, China, and other Asian countries have what you would consider the best skin. So I would assume they don't deal with a lot of blemishes and acne and things of that nature, right? And it's because they have vitamins A and C, which helps with elasticity. When you think of elasticity, you think of a rubber band. Although this is not a rubber band, this is an elastic band. You think of the bounce back. Like that prevents baggy skin, that prevents wrinkles and things of that nature, the elasticity. Individuals who have wrinkly skin, the elasticity has gone out of their skin or is majorly reduced, which causes their skin to wrinkle and move and, you know, be baggy and flabby, right? So we are going to move to the next set of information, which is interesting facts about skin. And there are 4 of them. Now, the first is that 1 square inch of your skin is made up of 19 million skin cells. Okay? And the second interesting fact about skin is that skin sheds 30,000 cells per minute, which is every 60 seconds. Think about that. 30,000 cells every 60 seconds. The third interesting fact is that skin accounts for 10 to 15% of your body weight. And the fourth and last interesting fact about skin is that it contains 11 miles of blood vessels. So if your blood vessels weren't circulating and compacted in your body and they were stretched out into one long line, it would be equivalent to 11 miles is what they're saying. All right. So the rarest skin color, I wanted to know, what is the rarest skin color? It just so happens to be redheads with tan complexions and blue eyes. So this is the rarest skin color. All right. And I would have automatically thought it was albinos, but they're extremely rare. So I guess they didn't make the cut. Or maybe there are some albinos that are redheads, or they may be closely associated when you think about the genetics of it, because most individuals who are redheads have pretty pale or fair skin, right? And most albinos, of course, definitely have pale skin as well. Now, is beautiful skin genetic? I wanted to know this. And it says that genetics, environmental factors, diet, we talked about those fried foods, and drinking a lot of water, and lifestyle choices play significant roles in the appearance of healthy skin. Have you ever seen somebody whose skin just does not look healthy? It does not look well. Even when individuals are sick, you can kind of tell that they're sick based upon the appearance of their skin. They might have sweaty skin, or they might have, like they said before, gray looking skin, or just the discoloration of the skin lets you know that they're not feeling well. A lot of times in movies, when they portray somebody as sick, they'll put lighter makeup on them or even darker makeup on them to let you know that there's a difference in their skin, right? And that's just something that I've noticed and noted over the years. They may even make their lips light or dark or something like that, just to show the compare and contrast that something is, not going well with their body and is showing on the outside via their skin. Now, I wanted to know, what does the Bible say Jesus' skin looks like? And it says in Revelation chapter 1, verses 14 through 15, that his hairs, the hairs on his head, were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. And verse 15, we get down to the wire, and his feet were like unto brass. Brass is a brownish, color, copper looking color, as if they burned in the furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Right? So when you think about his skin tone, it talks about his feet, right? And being brass is a brownish, like I said, copper tone or what have you. So that is the description from the Bible that's found in the book of Revelation chapter 1, verses 14 through 15. So I want you to remember that God and only God has the final say-so about where you are now, where you have been, and where you are going. You are simply in the process of becoming who and what God created, ordained, and destined you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. Until next time, miracles and blessings to you today and every day.